Alright, this is going to be pretty much just some in-depth overview, I guess, how to use a few basic things, how to do a few basic things, add, delete tracks, mute, pause things, use the different, use the different windows and whatnot. Anyways, so we'll get right into it. Up here, you have your tempo. This right here is basically your on-off button. When it's yellow, it's on. When it's not yellow, well, it's off. If you hit, let's see, what is it? Control and click that, you're going to get this little window. This is your count in. What that means is when you click record, it'll count in, 0, 1 bar, 2 bars, 4 bars before actually recording. I always set it to 1. Basically, you get 4 clicks and then it starts recording. Make sure, that's turned on. It just helps a lot. Always turn your tempo on when you record. When you listen to stuff, definitely turn it off. You don't want to hear that loud ticking noise. It's a pain. You're really not going to mess with any of this too much except for the actual tempo number. If you just click and highlight, you can type in, whatever you want your tempo to be, and then just hit enter. Or you can click and drag your mouse up and down to change it as well. But I find typing in the number and hitting enter is faster. If you don't know what tempo you're after, you can either turn it on and then click play. As you can see, there's nothing here, but you're going to get this tapping. That's your tempo. That'll give you a good idea on, how fast it is. You can see I can hit play and speed it up, and you're going to hear it get a lot faster. So you're never going to have it up there. It's usually going to be between 80 and, let's say 160, 80 for real slow stuff. But usually 120 to 140 is about where you're going to have it. That's that. Let's see. In order to add and delete tracks, well, pretty simple. Come over here to this window. You can either go into your instruments or your plugins or whatever. We're going to open up an instance of Massive. Basically, click drag. You can either drag it on an existing track. You can see it pops up there. Close that. Or you can drag to a new track, and it will automatically create it. You have to drag it up pretty much where the title is. That's where you want to drop it, so to speak. To delete a track, go ahead and click the title and just hit delete on the keyboard. That'll delete it. You need one track, so right now you can see I can't delete that audio one. Go ahead and drag a new one out. Close that, of course, and boom, you can delete it. That's that. Up here to the right, you have your looping window. I'll get into that a little bit later, but that's on, that's off. Really, you're kind of going to use that in here. You can see that's looping. Turn it on. Now when I click play, you can see that's where the window is. You can see my tempo's on. And basically, when it gets to the end of this, here I'll make it smaller. If I start it over, you can see, come on, it's just when it gets to the end of that, it'll start over. Anyways, if you want to play something from this window, make sure this box is not checked. Right now it is not. If you want to play something from this window, make sure that box is red. In order to get it to turn red, you have to click play on one of these lines, and then it'll turn red. You can turn it off, but in order to turn it back on again, you have to hit play from over here, or I think you can hit it from here as well. Nope. You gotta do it from over there. Anyways, yep, pretty simple. Yeah, that's just kind of a few basic things. Add, delete tracks, covered those. Down here you have this bar right here to the left that'll pan stuff to the left speaker or the right speaker or in the center and anything in between. You have your track volume right here. You also have your mute button, so that's live and that is muted. You also have your solo button. That'll mute every track but the track that has the solo button on. When you unmute it, it'll automatically unmute whatever. It'll go back to what you had before. And then this little button down here. In order for your MIDI controller, your piano, to work on the specific track, you need to make sure that is selected. You can see I'm playing, and then the second that's unplugged, it doesn't work. That's how that works. Yeah, I'm gonna split up recording and editing MIDI into another video. I believe that's pretty much just the basics of what you need to know. But I'll show you some simple recording in a minute here.